In this vidcast, I'd like to cover those property investing gems which will be valid for all eternity. Let's start with the first one. In the end, where property is concerned, you're looking for cash flow to keep you in the market and growth to get you out. Learn how to calculate property returns and establish the true return on any property, which is a combination of the rent return and the yearly growth. But it's largely baseless. I get callers on my show saying, I'd like to find a property which will have capital growth. Of course they do. No one ever says, I'd like to find a property which won't grow. Growth and cash flow are equally important, and it's simply not true that you have to forego one to get the other. Failure to consider cash flow can lead to an inability to stay in the market, just as failure to consider growth leads to an inability to create a strong net worth position. Your portfolio must be managed on an ongoing basis. Monitor your properties individually and your portfolio as a whole to ensure that it continues to meet your goals. Identify when a property has served its purpose and establish those properties which may need early liquidation. Be sure that eventual liquidation of your portfolio is managed to occur at a time most financially viable in terms of income and tax. You don't have to spend a large amount of money on each purchase to obtain properties which will perform well. More important is your own comfort and willingness to continue to increase the number of properties that you hold. There's also no truth in the rumour that the more you pay for a property, the better it performs. In fact, the reverse can be true. You have a responsibility to carry out your own research and increase the chance of successful investing. Know the questions to ask when buying any property and be sure they're asked of the right people. Explore any management arrangements and fully understand any agreements which may be attached to property. Research the area and the future plans of council. Know the population movements and the extent of demand for rentals and sales. At all times, maintain a commercial approach to your investing. There's no place for emotions in this process. Use the tax benefits to help you minimise debt as quickly as you can so that periods of slow capital gain won't impact so heavily on you. Remember that you're personally responsible for the preparation of your own tax return, even when you use a professional to assist you. If your property investment involves a buy and hold strategy, you can't afford to put in place a structure which won't remain efficient for the term of your investment. Project ahead 10 or 20 years and do the sums to be sure that any structure you choose continues to work for you. There really is no such thing as a free lunch, and most of these strategies may well have a very steep downside. In the end, it's all pretty much common sense. Trust your own judgment and ask yourself whether you'll still be able to sleep at night after you take on any potential strategy. Investing is really meant to be fun and invigorating. I've been encouraged by the great number of people all over Australia who write to me to advise me of their own investing success. Everyday people like you and I, who do not necessarily take great risks, but who commit to being sure that they take the responsibility for their own future firmly in their own hands.